All right, we're
All
live.
right. Okay. So, hello, everyone. This is Marlon Chung and Janella
And
Faye there.
Daniela Faye. Blessings,
Right.
everyone.
Blessings, blessings. So, we are on live for our first time on Table Talk. And this is a big experience for us and something new. So, you have to excuse us. We're a little nervous with the live because Janella is in Florida and I'm in New York. But it looks like
Yeah,
we're both beside each other here, right, guys?
I know.
Yes, yes. So, can you see when the people come on live, Janella, or no? Because I won't be able to see
Yes, so
that.
there is a little eyeball at the top,
Mhm.
and you see where it says live?
Yes.
Right. So right there, there's a little eyeball there, and
Oh
it says
Lord.
like how many people. hmm And then we'll also be able to see them in the comments as well
Okay.
here. hmm
Good. Good.
Yes. So they have some people give them some time to join on.
All
Um,
right.
especially because we haven't been on live for a while since the ice
We
cream
haven't
shop.
been on.
So
I'm doing anything on Table Talk for the longest while.
I know. Hold on, let
Yes.
me adjust something on my side.
So you can see the barrel in the background, guys. You know, and we're here. We're watching the
There we go.
Hurricane Melissa there in the background. This is what I watch, Janella, this gentleman here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been very accurate towards me so far. That's why I watch him. I watch
hmm
other channels, but he's been very accurate so far.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know?
And
Yes.
it's very important to get like the more up-to-date information because I
Mhm.
noticed like I've been kind of like tracking it as well, but like different angles are a
Mhm,
little
mhm,
bit different information.
mhm, mhm.
Especially for the actual news reporters that know about the island and know like the different parts. It's a
Mhm,
little bit
mhm.
more like a understanding for you to know where it's going and what people are going to be affected depending on which part of the parish that they live in and stuff.
Correct, correct.
hmm
Well, at this point, let me tell you, everybody is on high alert right there in Jamaica. I couldn't tell you where is going to be the worst. I know that St. Elizabeth and Black River with the flooding part and damage wise, because to me it's like more poor people is on that side. To me,
Right.
the hills, the mountain, the whole 9 yards. I'm not sure because I really, as I said, I do not know the 14 parishes, but
hmm
I know I heard from this gentleman here that St. Elizabeth and Black River is really going to get it good down there as well.
hmm
Black River has a problem with sewage, right? So their water always back up, and because all those rivers right there is a small little town, it overflows. So there's a lot of damage going to happen down that side. Right. Jamaica
Right.
is
Yeah.
going to be on a long time trying to renovate back. And I hope we will have our by countries like the United States and other places who will chip in and help out that we can, hopefully this don't happen, but God forbid you have to look ahead. You understand
Right.
the
Exactly.
possibilities.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
true. hmm
Yes.
That's definitely true. And
Correct.
also, just like a lot of people don't have like the opportunity to really prepare as well. Because you have
Yes.
to take a look at like, there's a lot of people that might not have, certain resources, the funds, things like that. So
Correct.
also the structures of where they're living is not necessarily the
Mhm,
strongest because there's a lot of people that can't afford to live in, certain type of housing. So
mhm,
like
mhm.
if they're in the path, like direct hit, because obviously the whole island is gonna get it. We understand.
Right.
But
Right.
naturally, depending on the terrain and stuff like that, it's going to affect
Mhm,
different places differently. And
mhm,
so when
mhm.
we have people who, they are living in, certain type of, structures that are not necessarily the strongest,
Correct.
that's really where it starts to become, a whole other
Yes.
ball game.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Well, you see, going up by the school of St. Albans, primary and infant school, um,
hmm
what I saw up that side so far was the landslides that can possibly happen there.
Mhm.
It's
Right.
been raining down in Jamaica. Remember now, even before this came along, since I've been into Jamaica, I just came back from Jamaica. The rain has been really bad down there, a lot of flooding and things
Right.
like that. So the earth is
Mhm.
already soft, guys.
Right.
And people are not
Exactly.
looking into that. They don't realize that the landslides and things. And I was in Hurricane Mitch in 1998, I think it was,
Wow.
in Honduras. And
Mm.
again, you would have never thought a mountain could give way like that. Well, guys, it can happen. It can happen. I've seen it. I wasn't there to see it live, but I was there
Mhm.
at the aftermath. I was there for the aftermath
Right.
helping and so like that. So it's something I experienced a little bit of. And
Mhm.
Jamaica, guys, we all those people that lives on the hills, that's what they have to
Mhm.
worry about. The people who
Yep.
live on the lower part have to now worry more about the flooding and so like that as well. So
Yeah,
no
that's
matter
true.
where you go, where you do, you can't run
Mhm.
from it.
Right. And there's
Yes.
just like different aspects of it. So like, of course, the electricity part, that's a factor. That's a lot of
Yes.
people are affected by that right now. Then there's
Correct.
there's not even the thick of anything right now. So for
Correct.
them to
Correct.
not have power.
Right.
And then of course the
So
food
I,
scarcity was a big deal.
correct, correct. So with the power, Janella, as what they're saying, they cannot wait for the moment to turn off the power in certain areas. They would have to do it in
Hmm.
advance because there's a lot of
Right.
things to be done and to check. And, so places where all those trees and they didn't get a chance to cut down those areas and those trees,
Hmm.
they would have to take those live wires down right now. That's another
Right.
big problem again. If something like that, to go send out different people now, fire away and come. If the wires
Yep.
come down and the electric and it's a lot of it's a different thing. So they do have to start cutting it off. Today is the day that they gave as an alert, which things is going to happen starting from tonight. So they did have to
Hmm.
cut some places with the power. Kingston right
Right.
now is okay. We know that so far. And guys, you can go on YouTube and see a live
Hmm.
video of certain places in Jamaica,
Yeah.
right, where it
Hmm.
didn't started. It looks calm right now. But guys, trust me, it's coming. So don't drop
Yeah.
your guards down. Yes, don't drop your guards down.
Exactly.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
that's a lot of stuff that people are not really understanding. There's so many different layers to it
Mhm,
as
mhm.
well. The food scarcity, that was an issue too, because, oh, like the
Mhm.
last week, even just the beginning of the week of for last
Mhm.
week, a lot of places, the local shops at the locals, that's what we're talking about, not the big people that have all of the money and they have, the comfort
Correct.
lifestyle. We're talking about the
Right.
real people, who are
Correct.
really gonna feel it, for them
Correct.
to go to
Correct.
the local shops and get what they would need most of
Yes.
the time and stuff. I think
Right.
that's really where, we have to start to look at it that way too. Also,
Correct. Correct.
um, the structure again, because there's a lot of people who are already struggling with just normal rain and normal stuff. They're already
Exactly.
having leaks, and
Exactly.
you know what I mean. So yeah.
Correct. Correct. So, the other day again with all of that rain, a lot of people, their house was leaking, water coming up. If you guys watched that little rain the other day and you watched Jamaica, you saw the whole road, the water taller than the car. The whole
Wow.
place. I mean, it was unbelievable. Here, Jamaica, I couldn't believe it. That was Jamaica I was watching, and this
Wow.
just happened from a little rain the other day. Guys, this is like 100 times worse, 100 times faster rain coming in. I mean, it's going to be last right through for a couple days right there in Jamaica. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
all we can do, Chinella, we can just pray and pray for them.
Yeah.
There's not much we can do. Everybody got a warning from before. They needed to take action. And excuse me, guys, excuse me. Some Jamaican can have a tough rock stone
Yeah.
coconut head because they don't
Hmm.
like to listen. They like to wait for the last moment, Janelle. So,
Hmm.
okay, if you can't find bread, what else you can make, Janella?
Fried dumpling.
Fried dumpling. Fried dumpling. That is it. Everybody, most Jamaican can fry a dumpling,
Yeah.
right? And if you can't fry it, just knead it and try your thing. You can still eat, it can still save you. That is how
Yeah.
I look at it. You have to use your knowledge how to, do things. Stop, run, run,
Survive.
run, run. Correct. Every shop you go to, it's sell out. You're wasting time.
Mhm.
Turn on the stove, try fry some dumplings. Flour not that bad. And if you can't, I have a, Janela, as bad as things may be in Jamaica,
Mhm.
I feel because if it's a hurricane and God forbid if turn around, somebody turn around and say, Lord, Lord, me never get no bread or anything and me I beg you 2 pound of flour. That Chinaman, I think maybe give you the 2 pound of flour.
Exactly.
Or
Right.
somebody might do it. Let me tell you something. It's hard because I know a lot of people don't like, but when it comes to your life, if you have to beg
Yeah.
just for one little thing, I will. But another thing I want to talk about, General, again, something we want to talk in a long term afterwards as well, not just for tonight. I cannot help ever and everybody, but the area that I'm looking for, like my area that the house is and where the
Mhm.
school is, I would love to work on an emergency plan that when
Right.
something like this comes again with a shelter,
Mhm.
how we can fund the shelter, that the shelter can always have that reserve. Maybe we could have a reserve money into there. That money don't touch,
Mhm.
that is for emergency, that they can buy up some food and things like that if it comes to that point. We'd
Right.
have to wait from the government to tell us it's going to be an emergency. We'd have to
Mhm.
find out how many people, because the shelters, you should register couple days before it happened to get into the
Right.
shelter. You can't
Yeah.
wait on that day and say, open the door. No, the door shouldn't be open. I'm so sorry. I know sometimes it's a person's life, but that one life that didn't listen can create many lives inside to pass.
Right.
Right. So I think that's why we would find out how many people would be in the shelter. And you know what? The leftover food, it's a school. These kids can end up having it,
Right.
right? So
Exactly.
if correct. So if they could make some things there and it's an emergency plan needs to be
That would
put
be good.
out there. Yes, that's
Mhm.
what I was looking at and so like that because
Mhm.
you know, um, again, guys, turn to your left, turn to your right, look if a neighbor needs some help, and if you have an
Mhm.
extra pound of flour or an extra bread or anything and they don't want to do, offer them help out. Let's
Yeah.
give out a little hand and help out. Yeah,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, and also if you're here in the States or Canada, UK, anywhere else,
Mhm.
remember your people back there. Even if you don't have
Correct.
family right now back there or anything, like we still have a lot of businesses I've seen, also
Mhm,
even in Orlando, there are a lot of Jamaican restaurants and
mhm,
Jamaican
mhm,
shops that have started already,
mhm.
preparing barrels and, preparing to show their
Yes,
support.
guys, it's
Um,
going to be
mhm.
needed. It's going to be really
Yeah.
needed. Everything is going to be needed. So
Yep.
whatever we can put aside and help out, we can. And guys, I'm not just talking about Jamaica because already we have Auntie
Right.
Pauline has a barrel fixing up for uh is it Dominican Republic? Right,
Hmm.
because the Dominican just got hit really bad, and we
Hmm.
decided that we wanted to help. Our meat guy and our couple of our friends here are Dominican, and we would like to help out. So we're getting actually something ready for the Dominican because they got hit, they had fatalities there, and we want to send something and help them too. And it's just like, God forbid, if somebody from another country that sees this video, and if you can help
Right.
Jamaica, please reach out. You know what I mean? We just don't want
Yeah,
to just say,
definitely.
because we are Jamaican, we only help Jamaica. We help
Right,
when it's
exactly.
needed. Correct. We help when
Mm.
it's needed.
Right.
Yes, yes.
And I think
You
that,
know.
like as we know, there's 14 parishes, right, in Jamaica.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think blessings, Randingo, welcome, welcome. We see you checking in. Put
Hey,
you up here on the big
Randingo.
screen.
Yes, how you doing, Randingo? How you doing? Welcome to our first
Yes,
live on
blessings.
Table Talk, Randingo.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So, one of the things too with that, I think it would be also great when people reach back for their parish because if we have people from each parish, reaching back to their parish, then
Hmm.
it even makes it a bigger impact because, just
Hmm.
like how you have more of like the St. Elizabeth side and
Hmm.
Westmoreland in general,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
then mine is more like the Kingston,
Right,
Manchester
right.
side and stuff like
Hmm. Hmm.
it helps when you have multiple people focusing on the different
Correct,
parishes. You know what I'm
correct.
saying? I think you come
Mhm.
together, everybody can do more in that
Yeah.
regards too. Hmm.
So is it we were I was literally talking, thanks to Mrs. Williams, who kind of opened my eyes to certain things sometimes. And sometimes after the earth the hurricane, or the what are some of the main things that is needed?
Hmm.
Well,
Right.
I kind of found out some costs of some prices of some stuff, how much roughly it costs. And it's roughly
Hmm.
about 5,000 Jamaican dollars, which is, I think, roughly is it 30, I don't know what, 30
Yeah.
something
30,
dollars?
something, 35, something like that.
30 is correct. And it's a canvas. Canvas is going to be very, very helpful in those days, because most of those people who are going to need those help are going to be losing their roofs and everything. And
Right.
because of the rain afterwards, and so we can maybe start. So if you guys have a canvas and you can, or you want to buy one and put it down one side, that you can throw it into a barrel for Jamaica, it's going to come in very handy in Jamaica. I know a lot's going to be a main thing is getting a lot of canvas that we can, they can throw it over them roof or wherever, got damage and so like that.
Right. That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And I
So
think
the
like
can
also you had mentioned even in your live about the clothing and stuff, most
yes.
people personal items are gonna get washed away
Right.
and
And Jamaica
so
people, me telling us straight up, me look in my eyes. Jamaica, look in my eyes. We're not rich, so we have our own problem over here. It
thank
will
you.
not be all brand new clothes. It will be used clothes. Some of them will be used already, but in a great condition. We're not sending nothing to you. We're rip up or anything, but it
Right.
will be it will be a second hand. Okay. So when it comes to a disaster like this, we have to thank God and and appreciate what we're going to give.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard for me to go out there. I mean, I cannot think of one person. I'm trying to think of many people I can help to maybe, get some clothes back or something like that. So, Janella, it is something very important. I've had people reach out to me, Janella, and said they don't want no old broke. That is their term. Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah. So they tell you what they want, Some people tell you what they want. Well,
Hmm.
anybody who's going to tell me what they want, they can also make sure that envelope with a nice money coming to me from me can buy it for them. Otherwise,
Right.
the other things I have, it's free. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
And like I think too, one of the things would be to the people that are actually on the ground, if they can go to like the
Hmm.
local shops and, give us a I would say an update, like a accurate update to see
Hmm.
which shops
Hmm.
have what, not the ones that require like memberships or anything that the locals don't have access to.
Right,
We're talking
right.
about the local places where people can, go and
Well,
get
I spoke
stuff.
to Natalie. I'll give you a
Hmm.
heads up. I spoke to Natalie just this evening here, and I
Hmm.
asked Natalie how is it going there so far. So even though she has her shop open to her people, she's still boarding up our house and our windows at that same time. And she says most of our things sold out, and nobody not coming around to stock them up right now.
Right,
You
exactly. That's
understand?
what I'm
So
saying.
they,
Yeah.
they they ran out of bread and them things long time ago. But guess what?
Right.
She still have little rice and she have little flour and things still. I did
Okay.
ask Natalie, excuse me, guys. You know how I am. I'm very, very sensitive to all of this, Janella. And I asked Natalie, and maybe I was, maybe crazy or not. But I was telling her if anybody come to the shop and if they don't have no money, Natalie, just tell me what you give them and I will try to, I'm going to pay you
Hmm.
back. Okay,
Right.
especially the people who I've been reaching out to down there. If you can,
Hmm.
send some, even send, there's some people I will ask if she could send some things for me, like a
Right.
2 pound or a 3 pound of flour that they can make up some dumplings for the time being, a corned
Hmm.
beef, and some water. But again, water is all gone. That's another thing, guys. Gonna have to get enough water for a couple days, not just for
Hmm.
1 day or one gulp. It's for a couple days. The other waters, you can't be drinking those water outside eventually because it would be polluted by that time,
Right.
right? It's not safe water. So you guys need to, and if you guys are going to a shelter, guys, get these things ready. That is why you should make plans and should have been in the shelter from today. These people should have been in the shelter today before it gets
Mhm.
dark in Jamaica. And you have a little spot, you have your water, your little things, you and your family, them, and how it's going to work out. God forbid, I do not know if you come in, if you can go back out of the shelter. So make sure you
Right.
bring what you can bring for a couple of days for you and your family. And if you can bring an extra sandwich for two, I mean, me'll take one, but I'm joking. I don't want to joke with this tonight. But if you can help somebody else out, maybe they didn't have anything, you can maybe help out a little bit.
Mhm.
You know,
Trini Queen,
yes.
welcome. Thanks for
Welcome,
coming
Trini.
on.
Welcome. Yes.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I think that, a lot of people are kind of also understanding that, if we're not in Jamaica, we're
Mhm.
still looking out, we're still focusing. On that as well,
Yes.
so
Yes.
I hope that everybody can understand that too. And like you said, we're not rich, we still have our own problems. Many of us have more bills than the regular people, even in Jamaica too. And
Correct.
so,
Correct.
we have our situation, and the little that we have left over, we're still trying to give back
Mhm,
and
mhm,
trying to
mhm.
help and things like that. So, if you
Yes.
know that you're
Yes.
not going to be satisfied with, the secondhand clothing, what was it? What was the term? I have to learn that one.
No, no.
What did you say? Broke down? Second broke.
It's like a, but Janelle, let me tell you something. I
Hmm.
realize that in Jamaica you have a lot of tough skin, or we
Hmm.
call them tough skin, where they would think, and most of these guys I'm talking about, what I call tough skin, are guys that weren't born yet, even for Gilbert.
Hmm.
Okay, so they've never experienced a real major. What happened the other day with Beryl or Beryl,
Hmm.
whatever his name is, because me box him up on two time and run him back into the ocean, right?
Hmm.
Um, it's nothing. That was
Right.
nothing. But look at the damage it caused. That was nothing. Well,
Hmm.
guys, Melissa is coming in. I do not know who trouble are, but she's
Hmm.
coming in with grievance. I'm telling you, she's coming in category 5. She's coming in, very slow. You can walk faster than her. And because she's
Hmm.
so wide that she's going to, everywhere
And
will be
cover.
getting hit
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
covered. Right. It's going to be, she's going to cover everybody. And so slow. And that
Hmm.
is where the danger is, guys. The slowness of
Hmm.
her. But she will pick up a little speed by the time she's reaching into Kingston,
Hmm.
right?
Blessings,
And that
Carol.
is where the
Welcome.
wind, yes, the wind is going to be up there. It's going to get much bigger. So flooding part, be careful, St. Elizabeth, that area, flooding all over, guys. Don't get me wrong, but you're going to find it more down into St. Elizabeth, Black River side. And then you're going to find a heavier wind where you're going to find maybe landfall things, and things will be going towards, St. Thomas over, back Kingston, through Kingston there. Right?
Right. Hmm.
Yes. So guys,
Yeah. And also,
yeah.
checking in, like as you said, checking in with family members, everybody, if you have any issue with your family members, them, yeah, keep malice, drop it, because you never
Okay.
know.
So I thought about that. I thought about something today, guys. I thought about here. This is what I was thinking about. And it's the truth. I even
Hmm.
turned to, I think I spoke to, I did speak to Randinger today, and I'm not sure. And I spoke to Natalie and them. Remember, they won't have any power. We can't be calling them there. They need their phone for emergency. So we have to wait from
Hmm.
them to try to reach out to
Hmm.
us. Right. So guys,
Right.
if you know that them going to be out of power, don't call them phone. Listen, all we
Hmm.
can do now is just pray and hope for the best. Right. But they need their phone because they won't have any phone service afterwards. I see Randinger wrote something.
Exactly. Yes, I'm putting him up.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay,
he's
okay.
up
You know,
there.
excuse me 1 second, Janela. And guys, I got to get something really quickly.
Hmm. So yes, guys, we're just discussing obviously the big Hurricane Melissa, and its impact and affecting Jamaica. Most of us have friends and family and everyone that are still there, that are sticking it out, that are going through it right now. So us over here in the States, obviously, we try our best to kind of like anticipate what was going to be needed afterwards. with Marlon and the Pay It Forward charity that he has. It's just we're just trying to like also support people as well afterwards. There's also a lot of companies that Jamaican owned or Caribbean owned companies that are also they're packing barrels. They have like something that they're already anticipating on helping and
Can
giving
you close
back
the door for me,
as
please?
well too. And so, what was that? What'd you say, Marlon?
I'm sorry. I was just telling mommy to close the door because
Oh,
she's
okay.
on the phone with Jamaica and she's getting excited and I can hear her
Okay,
feedback
no
back here.
problem.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. So yeah, just giving everybody an update. We had a few other people that just joined on, so it's giving everybody an update on what we're talking about, and like the type of feeling. Like even right now, I feel it here. I don't know. It's just like outside by 3 o'clock today was like dark, basically.
Yeah.
Central Florida, it's just been gloomy and like it's been kind of it's doing this like little rain and stop and little rain
We're
and
having the
stop.
same thing here in
I
New
think I
York
heard
too.
that there's like another yeah, I heard that there's like another storm out there too that
Yeah,
I don't
I
know if
think
we're getting
it's
the effects of that.
yeah.
Mm,
So now that storm again, we're watching because Jamaica wouldn't be able to upstand another one behind back to back,
exactly,
and
right.
that is Brian. I think his
Oh,
name is Brian coming, right? So we're
mhm.
watching to see where because Brian can turn. So far, they said, to me, it can turn with us watching Brian.
It's
But
looking like a divorce. Well, watch divorce court.
yes, yes, Brian and Melissa, not true. He has.
My goodness, no, but I'm serious. Like when I look out the window, I took a nap earlier, basically,
Mhm.
and then my mom tell me that she cooked some food and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. I was gonna drive over there. It's not even a far drive. I was just gonna drive around the street and stuff. And I look outside. I'm like, why is it so dark? I know I wasn't sleeping that long. I just took a
Mhm,
little nap.
mhm.
Look at the time. It's like 3 o'clock, and it's cloudy. It's gloomy. Some local rain
Yeah.
and stuff. Because I was gonna water my plants, and I said, you know what? I don't even need to now. But it's
Yeah.
kind of have that little, like the hurricane is coming. Like I feel like I'm feeling the calm before the storm,
Correct,
basically. You know what I
correct,
mean?
correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, let me tell you
definitely.
something. I think my heart is too big, Janella, because I'm not lying. I had a sharp sticking pain last night in my heart. And if you notice, I was not on WhatsApp. I was not on nothing last night. And I had on one of my thing watching the news channel. And I was not feeling good. So I just turn off every single thing. And yet I didn't sleep properly. That sticking pain and watching the news is me worried for Jamaica. I'm worrying
Hmm.
so much for them down there. And to know that some of them is there and I'm not even thinking about nothing. And here it is, there's a
Exactly.
muffin
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And I'm here worrying what to do, what should I do? I was running already and my mom and everybody had just said to me I had to calm down. Barrel cannot reach their Monica me run. I'm gonna show you what I mean. I just want to show you.
Yeah, it's true. Because I think we kind of came to that realization to know that it's just not realistic because the barrels are not going to reach there in no time. The best thing
When
we can do is, wow.
yeah. So when I went to the supermarket and I see these things, I had to run and grab them. And these something not cheap. These are
Right.
24 corned beef, right? They're
Mm,
not cheap.
wow.
But that is how I feel Janella is like and let me tell you, I have to be careful because I still have bills here to pay.
Exactly. Right.
You
That's
know?
what,
And
yeah.
yeah, you
And
know,
that's what I'm saying as far as that, because it's like we want to help, but we have to be realistic.
correct.
Realistic with also like the barrels. I've seen, like I said, I've seen some companies that, have been, taking that initiative, they're packing stuff, but
Yes, yes.
realistically, that's the people who are gonna be okay for like what? 3 weeks at least. You know what I
Mhm,
mean?
mhm,
So the
mhm.
best thing I feel like if anybody is watching this and you want to support and help out, try to get a trusted contact that can go to the shops. Like what Marlon
Yeah.
just mentioned, we can put money on the books or something like that, to where they can come there, get a little bit of not a whole grocery thing, but
Correct, correct.
just enough to get, and
Yeah.
then we can, help that way. I feel like for the next
Hmm.
couple weeks, that would be the
Hmm.
best way to do that because, the thing is that it's more realistic. If you're packing barrels and you're shipping off crates and all of that stuff, it's not going to reach there in time for the people that need
Correct.
it.
For
And
some needed now. And
yes,
what
yes,
do we have? Can we really sit down and wait on our Jamaican government to help us and give out a handout in Jamaica? I
mm,
don't think so.
mhm,
Right? Yes, I
mhm.
don't think so. Only if it was before election time, you will find more people jumping to
Right.
give out a little bit more because but people already voted already, so
Hmm.
everything slowed down now in Jamaica.
Hmm.
And that's another
Hmm.
thing I want to talk about as well, Janella. Even though I am not there, but when I was in Jamaica just recently, this is I was down there right before the election, and every day, Janella, I can hear it's like a speaker on top of a car. And I'm
Hmm.
driving down and telling you all of these things and
Hmm.
vote for
Yeah,
this one and it's going to be the best one and so on. And they
yeah.
make the announcement and they drive from areas to areas and areas. Was there
Hmm.
anybody out there from the election, the election government
Right,
people going around telling people that the hurricane is coming and it's going to be
right,
real? Get to city,
exactly.
get find out where your nearest shelter is going to be and so on. So did they
Mhm.
do that?
Right,
You
exactly.
see, we should not all assume that
Hmm.
everybody know where a shelter is in Jamaica. We need to put
Right.
that into plan and send it out. Where the
Hmm.
shelters will be,
Exactly.
what can happen. You know what I mean? What
Hmm.
can we do? And again, guys, it's like I'm taking on too much Janella because I cannot. But I can only try to see if I can even make this happen in my own little
In
part
your
in,
own time. Right. Yeah,
where I am.
exactly.
Correct.
Yeah, Miss
But I
Williams
want
said, "Hey, Marlon, just take your time. I know the passion you have for Jamaica, but you have to take your time."
yes, 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 guys, that is true. That
Thank
is
you, Miss
true.
Williams.
Yes, yes. Miss Williams,
Yeah,
thank you, Miss Williams. Yes, yes. I got overexcited, you know what I mean? And Miss Williams there had to boxed me up at two time and said, "Calm down." She had to
yes.
calm me down, and I appreciate it very much. You know what I mean? Because I was
Hmm.
jumping, I just didn't know what to do. I was on this thing. I'm already calling everybody, and some people says, "Please, I need something to make sure food is there and send money down." And I was going crazy. I really was
But
the
like
first night.
what you're saying about even if we, waiting on the government and stuff, one thing I like to say, because a lot of people put a little bit too much expectations when it comes to the government, especially
Mhm.
in Jamaica. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, we know that their structure is not like, the US and all these other
U.S.
big,
Correct.
countries.
Hmm.
So even as it relates to like the crime and all that stuff, they don't have the manpower like we have here. Because here you have police enforcement, you have all different type of level of law enforcement. You have the little
Yes.
citizens that act like they're law enforcement. You have everybody, supporting with the
Hmm.
structure
Hmm.
that Jamaica has. It's just not realistic. And then, most of the rural areas and stuff, and it's very difficult for you to have that when you don't have the manpower. So the thing
Correct.
is this, everybody knows that there is even way more Jamaicans outside of Jamaica than it is in Jamaica, number one.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of, the diaspora. There's a lot of the children and grandchildren of the diaspora that are sent, that are located all over the world, number one. And number two, the people that are in Jamaica as well. That's more than any other government. So even if all
Yeah.
of us would come together and we are, do $10 a month or
Hmm.
something,
Hmm.
everybody can support. There's more people, there's more of us that we can come together. If you know you come from a certain parish, if you know you come from a certain community, if everybody take time and try to help their community or their parish where they're coming from, not just money,
Hmm.
but I mean,
Right.
if you have skills, like if you're a teacher, a retired
Right.
teacher, whatever, you can,
Mhm.
just like we're here on the StreamYard, you can make videos showing
Right.
young kids how to do math and how to, you know what I'm saying? Like who
Yeah.
can't afford
Yeah.
tutoring,
Mhm.
anything, we need to be able to look back and support our own.
Correct.
And if the
Correct.
government help, they help. If not, we can still support.
Correct. Correct. Well, Janello, you're right on that. Absolutely right. I spoke to mom and I said, "Mom, after this is done, I think they're going to need help right away. Where it will take too long for a barrel to reach and things like that."
Yes.
I says I'm wondering if people like little brother Cola Smith, he could be
Mm-hmm.
the foot, and the mummy is the air. We
Mm-hmm.
are the air. All of us in the United States or anywhere overseas are the air, meaning that we can
Mm-hmm.
organize and try to do things. And have the foot, which is Colas and other YouTubers from Jamaica who can help out by going around and assisting to give
Exactly.
out a little bag with some food and things like that, like a little
Mhm.
care pack for people.
Yes.
He has a truck, just like what
Blessings,
he did in
Deborah.
St. Elizabeth.
Blessings. Thanks for coming.
Yes. You know,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
I do not know if this could work, Janella, and if somebody's here listening and maybe want to leave a comment here to let me know about my idea here, what I'm going to talk about right now is shelters. I would like to know everywhere there would be a shelter in each parish,
Mm-hmm.
and if the shelter, say if they don't have a big supermarket in their town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that where the supermarket can say back a little thing for the shelter instead of, if there was another emergency that came up and they know exactly that it's going to be a major thing in Jamaica and we're going to have people
Mm-hmm.
at the shelter. Is it there any way that they could, save back some things for the shelter? It's like something
I
in,
think
yeah.
the transportation is the only thing that I think we would have to work out because if they're not close, we would have to have somebody, whether we rent the truck for
I
the time
no,
or
I think
whatever.
that would be the least. Any
Okay.
family member around the area can donate
Mm-hmm.
their time to bring some food and things. If a supermarket was going to send it to the shelter, that we will take care of it over here, overseas, right?
Mm-hmm.
We will take care of it. If it's a big supermarket, them do take credit cards, and them do take.
Mm-hmm.
You understand us like that, and where we could make sure that some people, and again, maybe some people around the area, some women around the area, you can't find a bread. Maybe them can all, with us chipping and some dumpling. They just make enough. I mean, it's not going to go to waste,
Exactly.
guys.
Right.
It's
It's
not going
true.
to go to
Yeah.
waste. Give it. If not people, enough people come show up in the shelter. There's a lot of people out there can will take it and eat it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
You
true.
not have to open every corned beef. You can
Mm-hmm.
have corned beef, those and things, what which is won't go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
You
We just
open up
need
a
to have
tin.
trusted people because what happens with
Yes.
that is that people will take. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They
Well,
will take for
again, if
themselves.
we're doing something like this, we're going to have to find people that we can trust
Right.
because whoever's running the shelter,
Hmm.
whoever organized the shelter, will maybe take lead of this. You
Right.
understand? It's somebody you have to trust the person who's running the shelter. Now, remember one more thing I would say, and I won't call name with this one, but the person is right. If you're running a shelter, right? If you're running a shelter and you did not put your name on the list and anything happened out there, and she has her family or they have their family to take care of, they can't
Hmm.
leave them house, go jeopardize for themselves to go out there because you guys
Right.
didn't, put in your name or whatever like that into it and want to come into the shelter. It doesn't go like that. That is why I said I'm happy that Mrs. Williams opened my eyes where you should register in advance that you will be coming. Even if you say it could be a week, but I think you need a definite. It's somewhere you can't,
Yeah.
it's a definite. In those times, it's no if, don't, because another person might need your spot,
Another person. Exactly. Right.
right? And this is a
Yeah.
lot, yes. So, I mean, it's something I want to sit down and learn more about. Maybe we
Hmm.
all can put our big old head together and we can try to come up with a better plan. And guys, I'm talking about it. I'm talking about my area. You're going to have to deal with your own area and select that.
Yeah.
If my plan work and you guys want to follow it, it is fine. I have to, and if
Hmm.
your plan works and I can listen to your plan and I enjoy that plan, I will try to see if it will work in our area too. But I would like to hear
Definitely.
more about
And I
this. You
would
know what I
also
mean?
like to, see that happen across the Caribbean because I know we're
Correct.
always talking about Jamaica. We are Table Talk JA because we have roots in Jamaica, right? But
Correct.
realistically, the Caribbean as a whole, is, need support. And there's
Mhm.
people that come from a lot of other different islands, and those islands are not necessarily highlighted. And hopefully in the
Right.
future we can team up
Mhm.
with Pay It Forward and travel all the islands. Yay. And,
Right.
go through them, because the thing
Yeah.
is that all of the other islands that you don't hear about as much,
Mhm, mhm.
those are also the places that end up getting hurt. And it's like nobody really on a larger scale is looking back
Yeah.
for them as well. So I
Correct.
think that
Correct.
also seeing that, even like what we're doing with the students and stuff, trying to do the breakfast
Mhm.
program and stuff, there are other islands that might not receive a lot of support from
Correct.
whoever their
Correct.
commonwealth is or
Yes.
whatever. They still need and it's the areas, not the touristy stuff and all that. We're talking about the real people who are
Yes.
day to
Yes.
day, living the
Right.
day to day life. So even
Right.
seeing this to be like a large blueprint that
Mhm.
can be replicated in the different islands as
Yes.
well, that would be very
Mhm.
good. So if
Yeah.
anybody's watching this and you know of people who are doing, different movements like that in other
Correct.
Caribbean
Country.
countries,
Yes.
let us know
Yeah.
so we can,
Re-
look at what
Reach
colors
out to
didn't
me,
sing this day.
people. Reach out
Hmm.
to me, subscribe to me, watch my channel and help me up.
Yeah.
The more you help me, the more I get to do more. This is something I do from my heart. I need a subscription
Hmm.
and I needed it to watch. And watch the ad them because it helps me to build me up that I can
Yeah.
go out there and do what I really want to do, Janelle. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys, nobody would understand my passion and how I feel into this. How much I wish if I could
Right.
help everybody. I wish if I could
Hmm.
help everybody. But I mean, one day, we'll see. One day,
And in the
I
future,
want to
like I said, if the blueprint works, everybody get help.
correct. You know what I mean? And I don't want to just think it's just Jamaica. I would love to go to other
Right.
countries, little islands. Let me see.
Mhm.
I want to see what they, since I've never been to one of a little island like Jamaica. I've never been to
Right.
Cayman or any
I
one
want
of
to go
those
like
small islands.
Antigua,
Yeah, you see, I didn't do that. I
like
did all of them. I was in every Spanish country you can think of. I was there, but again, when you were young, you're not thinking, and here it is. I wish if I had visit all of these, but don't worry. Antigua, Trinidad, Bahamas, all of you
yes,
guys. I hope one
Saint
day I can
Vincent,
come and
Saint
visit St.
Lucia. Like I
Vincent.
want to be able to,
Definitely.
and that's been like my thing. I even have a journal of like the ones that I want to visit and like all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like that's definitely a passion, and not to just visit to say, "Hey, look at me, look, I'm here." It's
Mhm.
like really
Correct.
highlighting what's
Correct.
going on, and
Correct.
being the for the people who are left behind and forgotten. Because
Yes. Yes.
if you and I don't work,
Hmm.
we're just one paycheck away from being like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
this is
Oh,
where I
yeah.
keep trying to tell
Hmm.
people is like
Yes.
we're things in the islands, so most people have their generational family home that they're living
Hmm.
in. And they can't get by. They just need to focus on having
Correct.
food and look alike, look at the but
Yeah.
when you are, you have rent to pay, mortgage, car
Yeah.
payment,
Yeah.
insurance, all these things. And when you slip up, they give you 30 days, and then after the
Mhm.
30 days, you have to find something because they might
Yeah. Yeah.
repossess your car, they might kick you out the place.
Yeah.
And then, there is not that same family dynamic that you
Yeah.
have, in the
Hmm.
island. So
Do
I
you
always look at it
think?
like, mhm.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jenna. I'm sorry. I cut you. Go
No, I
ahead. Go
was
ahead.
just
Go ahead.
saying, we just look at it like we're always just one,
Yeah.
paycheck or one, situation away from being like them.
Correct.
So,
Correct. Correct. You see, this is what run into my head, and I always wanted to know if it was true or if it was not true. You see, Janella, I do not know if some people are embarrassed to send $5 if they had to send $5.
hmm,
But if I had, say, now I have over 10,000 people on my wall. I know you're not going to reach the 10,000, but if
yeah,
if there was like, say, I could even, I'm going to give it a good number, 500 people on my
exactly,
wall, and they can send $5. Do you know how far
exactly,
that $5 can do? Don't worry, we're asking each one to do that. You know how far that can reach and how many people
exactly.
it can help?
Hmm.
Right? But Janella, I'm going to say, I think they think because what Auntie Pauline did with the barrels, and this, and Auntie Pauline always doing this, they think Auntie Pauline is rich.
Hmm.
So We don't need to do it because if anything come to push come to shove, Auntie Polly will make sure she take care of that.
Mm.
I want to know if some people really thinking of that.
Well, I don't think overall as a whole people are thinking like that, but I think just in general, when people from who are still in the islands and they look at the people who are in the US or Canada
Hmm.
or foreign, right? They
Hmm.
automatically assume because realistically, material wise, you can achieve those things. But they
Yeah.
don't understand that you're achieving those things off of credit. Like
Hmm. Exactly.
90% of the people in the Caribbean are living debt free.
Correct.
90% of us over here, we are paying. We're like a slave to whatever,
Oh
the house that we
yes.
live in,
Oh
the car
yes.
that we have. We don't typically own it until after all 30 years. You know what I
Correct.
mean? So
Correct.
it's a difference. The reason why, if I don't, even sometimes I don't have it and I'm still helping and stuff. Why? Because you have the credit card. You're
Correct.
still taking your time and paying back the little
Paying
every
it.
time.
So
And
you
then,
pick up this and
yeah,
you pick up that and you pick up this, and you don't
exactly.
realize. I mean, guys,
Right.
I would love to turn the camera and show you something. I am so embarrassed. I'm just looking at everything right behind me. And it's been like this because the other day when I sent off all those barrels and I fixed up in here a little bit, I said, I find the living room again. And to look again, to look around and see all of these things that we have bought. And I says, when
Mhm.
am I going to ever get my living room back in peace? But
Mhm.
this is what we do, you know. Our heart
Mhm.
does these things. And it's just
Exactly.
not mine, it's my mom. Because
Mhm.
she's already on top of everything, want to do this, want to do that,
Mhm.
you know? And, you know, I want to see other Jamaicans. I'm going to say table talk. I'm going to let out some things on table talk tonight. I want to see other people using
Mhm.
their power on YouTube, since a lot of people subscribe to you guys and help
Mhm.
you guys to build you guys. You need to
Mhm.
turn back and start doing something
Yeah.
good.
Not just for the gram, not just for
Not
the
just for
camera.
that, correct, because you're making certain things just to have that viewers.
Yes.
Then let me put
The
it straight
yeah.
up, right? I hope you guys are taking this serious and not for a joke and not thinking about making a money on just because it's Hurricane Melissa. Okay, I
Mhm.
want it coming pure from the heart, from
Yeah.
people, right?
Yeah.
Pure from the heart. As I said, you know what I mean, this means a whole lot to me. I've been jumping on this. I can't sleep, and it's bothering me because I guess what I'm worried about. I'm worried about all those people that I remember, like Mr. Noel, all of
Yep.
those people that I met, that young man, even though the kids are not there, that little house, is that going to outstand, this hurricane, the storm,
Exactly.
all
Yeah.
these people, I mean, I think about them. You know
Yeah.
what I
Me
mean?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
Me
of the
too.
kids, all of St. Albans primary and infant,
Yep.
all of the kids are, the picture of them is
Mhm.
in my head.
Yeah.
The smile, the whole night. I picture them up on top of that
Mhm.
hill.
Yep.
Their parents are farmers. You know what I mean? Them have got tied the goat. Where them going to carry the goat, them go tie them up now in a storm like this. Where them going to hide it? They don't have barns and things like the
Yep.
United States. Where them going
Exactly.
to do all of these, Janella, I think of too much things. I think of
Mhm.
too much things at night that I can't sleep.
Right.
And it's the truth. I think of too much things in the night. You know?
And that's why I'm saying, like, even you mentioned about like if everybody could bring $5,
Yes,
The
yes,
thing is that, like I was saying, since there's so many Jamaicans and just Caribbean descent people outside of the Caribbean, right?
yes.
Even if we're having that where you have that continuous flow, if you know of a place or a charity or organization that is trusted, right?
Mhm,
That
mhm.
you know that are doing something, even a $5, $10 a month you can support because if you and 20 other people are doing it and whatever, find a good cause. A lot of
Correct,
times here in the
correct.
States, when you're purchasing something, they ask you, oh, you want to donate $1 and stuff. You don't know
Right.
where that's going to. They say Red
That's
Cross,
true.
but it's really
Correct,
going to Red
correct,
Cross. You know what I mean?
correct,
Whereas
correct,
we have
correct,
YouTubers here, you see them, you
correct.
see their content. I mean, it's but so much you can fake on camera. You can
Mhm,
fake a
mhm.
lot of things, but
That is
if
true.
you know
That
you
is
spend a
true.
$100 and
Correct,
they're showing you the people that is receiving this, you have.
correct.
I mean,
That
come
is
on,
true. But if they
yeah.
watch my videos, and I'm going to show you something, again, I kind of show everything and I call out everybody's name that really donated to me. Not their name, but they know exactly who I'm talking because I spoke to them already. Like they don't want me to use their last name. So I'd say Miss AB and they kind of know who I am.
Mhm.
Well, Janella, I think I have put more into it
Mm.
than what I have received.
Mhm.
Because I'll be honest to you, if anybody ever hear this, they would fall right over. Auntie Pauline has never seen a
Mhm.
dime from her channel
Wow.
because I take that and that's what I use to my plane ticket. I help out as well buying things around and so like that. And that is what I do with it. Okay,
Mhm.
so my mother is the one who funds me, guys. My mother funds me, and yet
Mhm.
she's taking out the money to buy all of these foods, which of course
Yeah.
greedy Marlon eating, and I'm going to have
Mhm.
to put back something of it now back into, for her, it's her channel, and it should really be going
Right.
to her,
Mhm.
and she's been funding me instead to keep me
Mhm.
happy. So
Mhm.
mommy, thank you very much. Maybe I don't
Yes.
say
Thank you,
more,
Pauline.
enough to you, but thank you very much
Mhm.
because that's what I really do, Janelle. Is like each time I buy up these things, remember I'm not working.
Right.
My channel does not really make anything. The little what I
Mhm.
make on my channel goes 100% goes back into my paid forward. You
Right.
understand? So everybody think I'm rich and I'm this and I'm running on. No, trust me. Me there Jamaica eat crackers, sardine, and everything like people.
Mhm.
There's times
Yeah.
I would do treat myself to get something proper to eat. And when I say proper to eat, me talking about a rice and peas and a stew chicken because me not eating anything in a no country from now on because all Jamaica eat iguana. So me not eating nothing but things when me know in any country, right? Yes. So,
Right.
you know,
But
yes.
yes,
So,
guys.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I put back a lot into my mom's money into my
Mhm.
paid forward.
Right.
And guys, I wouldn't change it in the world for what I've
Mhm.
done and what I'm doing for those kids that I met at St. Albans Primary and Infant School.
Yes,
I
definitely.
they stick into my head. You will never understand, Janelle. I picture, and I have some like every one of them I love. Don't get me wrong, but there's some of them they just stick to me in my head.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, they're like a face
Mhm.
stick to me in my
And you
head.
know what, too, like you mentioned, and this is where, I mean, being that authentic, because people don't know what it requires, behind the scenes. A lot of
Correct.
times, you're getting stuff on your credit. Like even sometimes a lot of the stuff that I help and I support other people with and stuff,
Correct.
especially from Jamaica, the reward points where you get when you use your card and stuff like that.
Yes.
I used to redeem them for myself or whatever, but I'll start to think and be like, okay, I'm gonna save this for you know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
a lot does go into it, not just because people
Correct.
are in foreign, meaning that, they're living it up and all of that stuff.
Yes.
The
Yes.
material things that you see, trust me,
Mhm.
if that person gets behind on one payment, their whole life is done, because it
Yes.
goes on,
Yes.
it goes on, it goes on, and it's a different reality. And that's why you notice too, like when people come to foreign, they're a little bit more cutthroat and look a bit more rigid because we
Yeah.
don't get, there is no cut you some slack. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? There
Correct.
is
Correct.
no, it is a very cold, like a coldness when we're
Yes.
interacting
Yes.
and, going out in the world. So, just know that, like, if you're somebody, you're still in the islands and stuff, and you have family that are in the US or, other foreign countries, don't assume that
Right.
what they're
They're better
giving
than
you,
roses over here. Yes.
yeah, or the look at what I'm
Okay.
giving you, don't
Yes.
look at it like,
Yes.
oh, they have so much, why they're giving me so little.
Correct.
No, it's
Correct.
like sometimes
Correct.
it's they have to determine, okay, maybe they're not gonna get something for themselves because,
Yeah.
mind you, $50 over here can fill up a small car for gas to help
Yeah.
maybe for a week, if that, right? Depending on your commute,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
So $50 sent to Jamaica or other countries can help them for the whole 2 weeks even. They can make that stretch way longer.
Well,
So
not in
sometimes we
Jamaica,
can,
not in Jamaica, but in certain other country.
it's
Because
certain,
gas
yeah.
in Jamaica it is very expensive as well.
No, but
I
like for other
find,
stuff, like other
well,
stuff.
it depends. It's a
Hmm.
catch, certain things, because I find Jamaica to be more expensive, certain things, than the United
Hmm.
States.
Hmm.
And the
Well,
problem is,
it's because you
remember,
don't gotta shop in Jamaica.
no, 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 but let me tell you something. If you want to see a real person, will go out and ask every question. Generally,
Ah,
I'm a shopper here. If you
mm-hmm.
tell me about canned stuff and them kind of things, I can
Right,
tell you
right.
prices because
Mm-hmm.
that is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to Jamaica, and everywhere in Jamaica, I would go, what is the equivalence? What I think Grace Walk thought I was a cheap kind of, you know what? But, you know, but he did not realize I was comparing prices. Everything,
Right.
I was, you know, okay. For instance, I'm not talking about the big supermarket. I'm talking at a little shop to the
Local, yeah.
side.
Mm-hmm.
I went and I bought a can of mixed vegetable. And
Mm-hmm.
guys, is no big old brand name mixed vegetable what them selling into the shop them. It's just what you'd buy here, like at Aldi's or at one of our local
Mm-hmm.
supermarkets. And it was almost roughly almost 400 Jamaican dollars.
Mm, for the
And
can?
it's correct. And if you put the equivalence of $4 Jamaican
Mm-hmm.
into US, you're talking about $2, almost what? Almost two
Like
dollar fifty
275,
cents.
I think.
No,
Yeah.
about 250, roughly about 250.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 250 because 150 that is three. Yes, so about 250,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I know I can go here in a supermarket and get a can of mixed vegetables sometimes on a dollar.
Yeah, depending on
You
where you're right.
understand?
But
So
I think that goes too back to also supporting the local people. Cause me want the fresh ingredients and chop it up
yeah,
myself.
but no, but
But
this
like,
was a local. Yeah, this So I mean, but I had to do it because me not drive so far to go to a big shop. But what I'm trying to say, Janella, is like, you know, so that money there, they're not
Mhm.
making what we make here. The
Exactly.
cost, you know, and why are things so expensive?
Hmm.
Because chicken, buying a chicken in Jamaica, goat meat, and it is like maybe even more than the United States.
Yeah, it is. And
So
then
where is this
mhm,
money coming from? Are they really getting
exactly.
that kind of pay
Mhm.
in
Well, the thing
Jamaica?
is that a lot of the people, the investors, the people that are immigrant, migrating to Jamaica and stuff like that, they're dragging up the cost too. So they're driving up that
I
cost,
got,
and the people at
yeah,
the lower level can't.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, there's more
So
poorer people there than them rich people are coming back doing that. So
exactly.
they
Yeah.
cannot afford it. So, it so happens that I think goat meat in Jamaica is cheaper than beef today. I
Mm.
mean, goat meat is more expensive, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
expensive.
than
Expensive.
beef today,
Hmm.
right? But again, so, people don't have the money to go buy up all of these materials now, right? To go
Exactly.
build up the house for the hurricane because it is expensive. Even that wood and them things there where
Hmm.
you think would have been cheaper in Jamaica. Look how much tree they're on and lumber. And it
Exactly.
is so expensive. Well,
Hmm.
people, remember, I grow the tree. It's a tree grow by itself. You
Yep.
don't have to water
Exactly.
it, you don't have to feed it, you don't have to have it so expensive.
Right.
Okay? So there's
Yeah.
things, let me tell you something. Fish, seafood, it don't need to be so expensive in Jamaica.
Mm-mm.
And wanna put the fish in the ocean. Every time you
Right.
catch a fish, you should leave one little money for God in the church because I
Or
judge.
you have to have, all right, you see, like a lot of those local markets that you
Yeah,
have, like those co-ops and stuff,
yeah.
you have to have contract. If you know that you have a shop, for example, even, right? And you have your local community and your regular
Mhm.
frequent purchasers, they are supposed to have a certain type of, a price. Because like over there, it's not controlled like over here. You can't charge one person more than what.
Yeah.
But then if you have like resorts or you have hotels or you have big companies that are also purchasing from you,
Hmm.
they have a separate pricing list. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like somebody have insurance versus an out of pocket, person or
Right.
whatever. You
But they're,
might
they're
not
getting the
charge them
money
for
from the
everything, but
big hotels for the
right,
for the seafood. So now that's why all of the costs. But
yep,
remember, you can't do that to the locals.
exactly.
We cannot, and the prices are going up because in the sea that they want to sell the hotels and things, and keep that price range close to it. I'm
Hmm.
sorry, our locals are dying.
Exactly.
They can't, let me tell you something. It kind of hurt, Jenna, where, you know, Once upon a time, you could have one fish and eat one whole fish. Today, because it's so expensive, you have to break piece. One look ahead, the head
Yep.
today, the tail tomorrow, the body the next day.
Uh-huh.
It is
Yeah,
sad. It
it's
is
true.
so sad that
Mhm.
Jamaica is living in a life. People say it's a rich country now, It's
Yeah,
a rich country, but there's a lot of poverty. People are poor people there still. A lot of poor people that is can't find themselves going up. No
exactly.
matter what they do, they can't reach up. It's
Hmm.
everything is happening is sucking out everything out of them. You know what
Yes.
I
And on
mean?
that
Every
note, we're
single
reaching
thing.
our 1 hour mark.
No way.
And yes, we're just
Guys,
reaching it.
thank you, thank you. I didn't even realize. Let me tell you, I was sleeping when she called me a while ago. You can see my eyes. I was sleeping. And guys, here it is. This subjects just pulled me up and just want me to keep talking. And I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Janelle. I think I've been chatting the whole time. I didn't
No,
give you a
it's
chance to
fine. We
speak.
have to talk. That's fine. No, but like the
You
thing
know.
is that, as we're talking, as you guys can see, we're very passionate about this.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
with the hurricane that's coming in, a lot of people
Mhm.
might not be thinking of it in this terms, but we
Correct.
are concerned for the regular,
Yeah.
everyday people. We're concerned
Yes.
because we know that the people with the money, them set, they have their strong, structure, they have
Yeah.
their solar panel,
Mhm.
they have everything that they need. But
Mhm.
there are people that don't, that are right below them. Sometimes the
Correct.
neighbor's house is a zinc house,
Correct.
So
Correct. Correct.
that's where our focus is right now. We're really concerned about those people.
Yes.
We're concerned
Yes.
about the children and stuff like that. So, if you, like I said, if you all are watching, just take time to think about that,
Correct.
especially if you
Look
have
to your
strong,
left, look to your right,
yes,
guys. Your
yes,
neighbors,
definitely.
please, please.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing before you go, because Janella has to go. Another thing is now is the time, guys, to reach out to your loved ones and say, "I love you. How you
Mm-hmm.
doing? Are you okay with this? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. I'm here. I'll try to see what
Mm-hmm.
I can do to help you.
Yes.
No
All the
wait
ones where
until
you're
too
embarrassing
late.
to, where you're
Yes."
not talk to because them steal your breadfruit.
Right. Yes. You
And
remember that
they
man
take
with
some apple off
yes,
your
man.
apple
All of
tree.
the breadfruit on your sugar blow it. Yes. You know. But Jamaica, I love
Right.
you guys. Be safe. We are praying for you guys.
Yes, yes,
We are
yes,
really praying for you guys. Just be safe.
definitely. So
Right.
thank you all
Mrs.
for
Williams,
watching.
love you. Yes.
Sorry we have to end now, but we have to
Yes.
be cautious of our time. We have some stuff we have to get done.
Correct.
But definitely blessings to everyone that is affected by the hurricane, all of the islands, not just Jamaica, but everybody that is affected by it. We pray that the Lord is with you all and your families. And just know that there's a lot of us here that may not live in the islands right now, but we are here and we are doing our best to still support. We remember you
Correct.
all. Like I said, I have observed some businesses already, some Jamaican
Mhm.
restaurants, Jamaican store owners and stuff that are already, working on packing certain things and,
Right.
ready to support when they know that it's going to be needed. So,
Correct.
definitely keep faith, keep
Yes.
strong, be
And I
watchful,
think
use your
yes.
discernment on
Correct.
what you're
Yes.
gonna be,
Yes.
don't be using the candle and the stove and all of them stuff that just,
Correct.
just
Yes. I
calm
think
and
I'll be
cool,
doing that
basically.
tomorrow. I'll be going to my local restaurants and things and see if anybody
Yes.
would like to start, like any little canned things, any little thing at all. Guys, again, anybody who have a little extra dollars, canvas. And if you go to the tag sale, because some tag sales are still open out there, canvas.
Hmm.
That's what they need as well too for their roof. Anyway,
Hmm.
blessings, Janella. Thank you all. Love you all. Bye bye.
Bye. Blessings, everyone.
Yes. Thank you, Janella, again.